Hello, my name is Jackie Widges, and I'm here at Willowbrook Memory Support Residences. And we're going to talk about a very important topic, healthcare powers of attorney. Healthcare powers of attorney are the most important planning document that someone can have. So everyone age 18 years of age or older should have one. A lot of times when people look to the future and they start planning, they think about wills and trusts, which those are also very important documents. But what those documents typically do are talk about decisions you are making about your stuff. A will actually doesn't even go into effect until you pass away, until you're dead. What about decisions about you while you're alive, in the event that you are unable to express those decisions for yourself? That brings us to the healthcare power of attorney. In Illinois Department of Public Health has a website where you can go and download the form. It's a statutory form. It is recognized by healthcare providers not only in Illinois, but in other states as well. This document allows you to name your decision maker. In Illinois and in most other states, one decision maker at a time. So in this document, you are called the principal. Your decision maker is called the agent. You get to appoint your agent, a person you know and trust, a person with which you have shared your values, your beliefs, your decisions that you would make for yourself if you could. Of course, we don't have a crystal ball. We can't talk about every scenario that we might be faced with down the road. But this document allows you to make one of 3 different selections on what type of care you want. Basically, do you want everything done possible, regardless of time, cost, quality of your life? Do you want to put some limits on that? Or do you want your decision to be, you want to be made comfortable for as long as possible? Your agent needs to be someone 18 years of age or older, someone again that you have discussed your wishes with, and then the document needs to be witnessed. In Illinois, the healthcare power of attorney does not need to be notarized, but it does need to be witnessed, again, by someone that is 18 years of age or older. This document does allow you to name successor agents as well. So your primary agent is who you want to make decisions for you. However, if that person is unable or unavailable to make the decision for you, then it would go to your successor agent. And there is no limit on successor agents, but again, remember, one person at a time to be your decision maker. Frequently, I get faced with 2 main questions when people are making a decision to execute a power of attorney. Number 1, who should I name as my agent? I have 3 children. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Again, one person at a time. I would suggest the person that knows the most about you. And it doesn't have to be a child. It doesn't have to be a spouse. It could be a friend. It cannot be your primary care physician or another health care provider that is involved in your care. But someone that you trust will be executing your decisions. Again, this person, your agent that's named, is charged with expressing the decision you would make for yourself if you could. Not their own decision, not what they think is best for you, but what you would want. So how would they know that unless you have those discussions with them? The second question is, what if I want something very, very specific and this form is too general? I want something very, very specific. I'm afraid if I don't put it in writing, they're not going to do it. 2 things with that. Number 1, if you're afraid that someone is not going to follow your wishes, don't be naming them as your agent. Number 2, there is a section on here where you can write some specific things, but the thing you need to be thoughtful about is if you change this form too drastically, a healthcare provider, when they are provided with the document, might question, you know, this is unclear to me. Healthcare providers are going to look for what they think is the most current form that you have. So if you change your mind about something, if you execute a new document, please discard the old document, make the changes on a new document, and provide that to your healthcare provider. Your agent should have a copy of it. In Illinois, copies of the document are regarded as just as legitimate as the actual document. Again, your agent needs to have a copy or at least know where your copy of your document is kept. Please provide your healthcare providers with a copy with electronic medical records. They can scan it, and one of the first things that most encounters that you have at hospitals and even at physician appointments is they will ask you if you have a current advanced directive and if they have one on file. Now, using the statutory form is not the only way to execute an advanced directive about your health care in Illinois. There is also a brochure. It's called 5 Wishes, and it is recognized as a legitimate healthcare decision-making document in 42 states as well as the District of Columbia, and Illinois does recognize this document as an advanced directive. And it actually steps you through some of the actual decision scenarios that you might be faced with. And it's like a workbook. So if you're not real sure about some things, this may also be something that you want to look at filling out. Again, it doesn't do any good to have one of these or an actual power of attorney form if those who may need it need to have it and they can't find it. Remember, once you fill one of these out, it doesn't mean that you are giving up the right to make your own decisions. It just means that in the event that you are unable to, you do have someone that is designated as your decision maker. If you have any questions as you think about going through this process and getting this decision-making document in place, feel free to reach out to us here at Willowbrook. You can talk to your healthcare provider, you can talk with a social worker, even most attorneys have someone on staff that can help you walk through this process. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Have a great day.